Hey gang, welcome back to the movie room, and it's time to just do some random videos of stuff that I have watched. But I want to kick this off with talking about a film that I bought from a gentleman you may know on YouTube, from the Horrors Ball, Mr. Tom Muehlbarger, Muehlbauer, Muehlbauer. I think that's the correct way. Um, if you're a horror fan at all on YouTube watching horror videos, you have come across him and you have stayed. He is one of the most honest, um, honest advocates for indie horror, and that's why I go back. He hosts a video at the end of year every year, the Golden Horns Awards, where he awards this year's horror movies. Most of them are going to be independent, and they are going to be great. And he's never let me down that I can think of. A lot of times I can't find what he's talking about, or I'm not, willing to shell out the money to buy a physical copy because it's just a little pricey or whatever. But yeah, I met Tom a few years ago at Days of the Dead, I believe. I think the first time I ever spoke to him, and not long at all, just niceties. I'm a friend of a friend of a friend, from a YouTuber by the name of Jason, who does Beyond the Realms. Not as active as he once was, but still big horror fan. Kind of like one of those convention families. When you see him, when you go to a horror convention, if you've never been, and you go to one and then you go to your second one, you're automatically welcomed. You won't believe the response you get to these things. That's what's a lot of fun about this. You will recognize people, if not from YouTube, from just Facebook chat groups or stuff like that, and it's a really good feeling to run into people. And I have done that a ton over the fucking past 10 or whatever years conventions that I've been tromping through, which has come to a halt thanks to the Rona. But anyway, this is not about Tom. I brought Tom up because first it is about Tom. I want to plug his podcast. If you are a podcast fan, and that is me, I have a 25 mile or minute drive to work every morning and every way back. I'm a fan of podcasts. I listen to a lot of horror themed podcasts, true crime podcasts, and when I heard Tom had one, and it was on Spotify, automatically I listened. This guy knows his shit, and I'm telling you, if he's talking, no matter what the subject is, you're going to enjoy it just for information purpose anyway. He knows his shit. It is what it is. If you go on Spotify, that's where I go to use. That's what I use for podcasts. And type in Cannibal Holocaust, you will find his podcast. There's one episode so far, titled Vacation into the Green Inferno, where he talks about the fabled cannibal movie, the Cannibal Holocaust, the name of it's Cannibal Holocaust. How about that? But you'll find it with whatever. Just type in something close to that, you'll find it. It's one of a kind. But he talks about Cannibal Holocaust and a lot of stuff that I did know, but a lot of stuff that I didn't know, and even all of it put together in such a professional, with professional organization that makes it seamlessly. As I'm driving, I enjoyed it, back and forth to work. So high props to him. I loved it. I loved every bit of it. But now, more importantly, let's forget about Tom. Let's talk about his daughter, Hope. Hope is I believe, 18. She might be 19 by now, but I'm not sure. Year-old film director. Yes, film director. She directed a short back in, I'm going to say 2014. I didn't look it up. I could be told, yep, 2014. 21 minutes long. It's in color. It is a film. I bought this at a viewing of this at, once again, I believe it was Days of the Dead. It could have been Horror Hound. It was in Indianapolis. It's the only thing I know about it. How about that? Zombie Kids. And I have talked about this before. I've done a video on this, and it was a very, very, very good first outing. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. We actually went to a viewing of it, and that's where I bought it. And I've watched it numerous times over the past so many years. But finally, her fucking first full-length picture comes out. Been working on it for quite a while, I know. It came out 2018. I know it's 2020 now. Things take a while. You don't have billions of dollars in backing. You don't come from a family that's in the movies, and you want to do this just because you fucking love to do it. It takes time, because you have to use regular people who have regular lives, who have jobs, and you get done when you can get it done. And it came out fucking fantastic. Here it is. I dare you to open your eyes. A slasher-ish, I'd say slasher, that really, really deals with the terrible subject of bullying. I, myself, in high school, was like the Batman of bullying. I fucking hate people that take advantage of other people, and I have stooped to their level on quite a few occasions to show a bully what it's like. So I guess I'm a bully, but I'm kind of like Batman bully, I guess. But anyway, it is a subject that I have interest in, and also I will support this young lady in anything she does. I love to see young up-and-comer, especially in the horror genre, which is such, if of all the genres, it's probably the one that is picked apart the most by its own fans. And you know, this is the shit right here. This is, you're not gonna, the bad thing here, okay, I'll get the bad news out of the way. It's sold out. There's no more. I don't know if there are going to be plans of any more. I have talked to Tom. He has told me that it will be available on streaming. If I get that news, I'll post it on Facebook somewhere of where you can stream it. But I highly recommend you do stream it. Or if you find a copy of this that just happened to get sold and resold or whatever, fucking snag it, dude. Because it is so good. First, I want to talk about the artwork on the front of this. This is fabulous. When I first seen this, you know, it's, you know, I can see this on any shelf. This is top notch. I mean, it is an indie film. You see an indie film when you watch it, you know, except it's a step above. And before I get too far, I want to talk about the synopsis. I wrote this directly from IMDb to get a clear, this is what it's about. I agree. This is it. Max Adams, a sophomore in high school, is dealing with the loss of his mother, maintaining a good relationship with his depressed father, and is a victim of bullying. Max begins to have a series of twisted dreams involving his bullies, which may end up pushing him over the edge. I couldn't say it any better, except for the fact that to dig into that a little deeper, which I will. Now, this is starring, and I don't know these people, but I do know that I've seen a spectacular performance. This is just a few of them, but here we go. Nick Rebeck, I'm not sure if I said your name right, dude, who plays the main character, Max. Wonderful job. He plays the bullied just enough it's not, I mean, it's not overdone. He doesn't oversell it. He is damn near perfect. And I'm not saying this because I have met these people and I know these people. I have no reason to talk, whatever, but I'm very impressed. I mean, for an independent movie that I know took 3 years out of these people's lives to maybe 4. Did it say 4? It is 3. It is probably, it was over 3. To do and to edit and to do all the other things, to go to showings. She's had viewings. She's won awards. It's fabulous. But Nick, great job, man. Tom, Hope's father is in this. The gentleman I was talking about from YouTube. Fantastic. Very, very just there for his kid. The dad came out in him. I mean, he's obviously, a father. So the dad came out in him, and I'm sure he used that to his advantage with, trying to be there for his son. Granted, he has some reservations and he wants this and that. He's very depressed himself. He is an alcoholic. But it's a lot of the subtleties he puts in this is just really, really, really well done, and not surprising, but because I've watched his YouTube channel for so long, but to see it on film playing a character, I was fucking impressed. Hope is in it. She plays kind of a love interest to Max. Fabulous job. It has to be nerve-wracking and near impossible to direct and act in. I mean, not all of us can be Eastwood. Not all of us can do it like boom, 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 like that. Just get it done. So casting herself in a part that's not a lead, but has a lot to do with the story and the outcome of what comes of the story. Very brave to do this and pulls it off spectacularly. She hugs nothing back. She is, she's flawless. But what I want to talk about here is this chick who plays Piper. Now, Sammy, I'm going to just butcher your last fucking name. So it's Dorsanino, the Orsanio. It's got an apostrophe, and it just makes my brain not work. But we'll call you Sammy. You're Piper in the film. You play one of the bullies, the female bully, and you are, my dear, spectacular. You almost, and I'm not going to say you do because I can't, but you almost steal the fucking show. From the very beginning, where you're being an asshole with your other two buddies, but yet you see that he's pulled back and you kind of walk off from it. We can see that there's something going on behind the scenes of your character. There's something going on at home with this character that we're not seeing. And that's the case with bullies. Bullies are bullies for a reason. They're not always just people that want to pick on the less fortunate. They have most likely been picked on. If you look at the statistics on this, I watch a lot of crime shows and listen to a lot of crime stuff. And I work in corrections, so this is an interesting point to me. But I think that you fucking sold that so well that I really hope in the future, when, not if, when Hope does more, you're included, because you really, really rocked it. You really, really did. You blew your other two bullies away, and I'm not taking anything away from you two guys. You were great as the bumbling, pot-smoking followers, but you stole the show. You really did steal the show, and applause to you. Uh, that's really about it. I dare you to open your eyes. 2018. It's an hour and 29 minutes. It's right, just barely under hour and a half. It is very professional. I wish I had news on where do you get this. I don't. This is, of course, printed. It is a Blu-ray. It looks fucking spectacular. I have some criticisms, but I don't feel that they're valid because I know why I'm criticizing. And I probably should say it because I promised honesty. Hopeless Pictures got a little bumper sticker. This will be going on the back of a 2016 smart car. So I will be dorking this really, really soon. And Life is a Vulture, a little postcard with her autograph in it that I taped in there to have for when she gets super famous. Criticisms. I can't pass it up. It's not perfect, of course. Nothing is perfect. The only thing I had was sound. And that's it. I have no criticisms for any acting, any of the kills, any of the dialogue, any of the delivery. There's no, missing elements where you would be confused from a cutscene to a cutscene. Nothing. A couple times especially in Max's house, there was some echo in there, and like I said, there's no way to help this. I mean, this is not a $100 billion, work here. This is an indie film, a very fucking well done indie film, and I had to rack my brain because I said I'm not going to go out here and give it 100 because I have to come up with something because I'm not saying this because I'm a fanboy. I thoroughly enjoyed this fucking movie. I have waited for this movie a very long time. Between Hope and another buddy, Brian, that you guys may know, for his latest picture, Crazy Fat Ethel. I don't know if you have to know him if you're watching me. I stand behind wholeheartedly, and this film is an indie masterpiece right here. The Soskas, and I know they're in the news right now for some stupid shit, but they should watch out because they have the means to do whatever the fuck they want to do, and this takes a piss on American Mary to me. This is beautiful. So congratulations, Hope. I hope that get it? Hope. See what I did? I hope that in the future you have so much more to give. So I hope you do. And that's it. Congratulations. And if you guys can find a way to watch this movie, fucking watch it, okay? Get the word out after you've seen it and if you have a way for other people to watch this, I do plan on letting people watch this. I don't have a lot in my community that I would consider people that I would let watch a film like this because I don't have the biggest YouTube group in lonely old Portsmouth, Ohio. But if you find a way or you find a copy, watch it. All right, so later. And once again, thanks, Hope.